Time for the weekly Tesla update, and I have the weekly chart pulled up for you guys. And the Fibonacci from the 2021 high to the 2023 low. And Tesla just had a doji candle right here, a nice little doji, and we did not get that close above the 50% level. And we did not get that weekly close above this 265.13, which means this is still resistance, and even more resistance is the 258. And with this doji candle, this could be a sign that things might want to retest lower, right? It is a possibility because sometimes doji candles signal a reversal, right? And if we go up and pull out the Ichimoku cloud, we can see something interesting that it did break out last week, right? It broke out of the cloud, then it came back down to successfully back test it already. So could that be the low? Well, next week the cloud does go down to maybe about 226 or so. So there is a possibility that there could be some weeks to come where this top of the Ichimoku cloud could get hit, or even a retest of the 382. So we're going to keep that in mind because that could be where price could be heading, since this is like a doji candle with an obvious wick and a rejection of the 50% level, right? So we need to keep an eye on next week to see any changes develop, but my support cases do not change, right? The support could be anywhere from the 220s to the 230s, and like I mentioned in my video yesterday, that zone right here, the 200-week moving average, the top of the cloud right there, and the Bollinger Band, let's pull that up to the Bollinger Band, that sits at 233.02 now, right? So that is a possibility to still be support, right? We might not be able to go down here just because there's a lot of confluence right here of support for Tesla to continue higher. But since this is a doji candle, we need to watch out just to see possibly if there's going to be any retest of lower levels. But nothing changes as long as my support, 220 to 230, should be good. Now let's go check out the linear scale for GAN. And here's the linear scale GAN, and we can see that price is uh, still above this angle, right? And this is more confluence again of that support holding, because next week that will be around 228, right? So I don't know if the low 220s will get hit, but there's still a possibility for the 230s to get hit, just because things like to backtest levels. And so far, this angle has not been backtested yet. And we've seen many times in the past how it's been backtested here, right? And even down here. So it is a possibility to do it again before it continues up towards the arc up here, which next week, if it went to the arc, it would be maybe around 287, right? 288. So that would be a possibility for the upside, right? So we know where resistance is and we know where the support zone is. So right now it's just stuck in the middle of that trading range, and it's stuck in between those fib levels that I showed you right here. It's stuck right in between the 382 and the zero point 0.5, right? That's where it's stuck right in between. And if it can break a week above the 258, then it'll be in a new trading range of the 258, 258 to the 295, right? So that 280, 285, 286 number I told you just here, that kind of lines up in between that new trading range on this chart right here, right? So we'll keep an eye on that to see if it can break above this zero point 0.5. But lastly, I want to just show you the angles chart that I haven't shown recently, but I'm going to show it right now. So there is the angles chart. Let me just take off the Bollinger Band for you guys. And yeah, it clearly broke above that downward blue sloping angle. As you can see, so many hits in the past right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bullish engulfing candle right above it. So therefore, where does that support sit right down there? Well, that does sit around that 218, 220 level, which is more confluence of the 220 to 230 support. So we'll see. We'll see what the week comes, but like I said before, this doji candle could imply things could be weak, but we never know. Like, market makers can do what they want to do, but we do at least know where support is, and we know where resistance is. And currently, support is 220 to 230, And right now, support or resistance is still this point 0.5 Fibonacci level, and it's 258 up to 265. This is still resistance, right? But if it breaks that, the next resistance will be like 287 to 295, right? In that new zone. So that's the update for the week. It's going to be nice, short, and sweet, but good momentum for Tesla. Nothing bearish about this chart and nothing to worry about at all. Just dips should be bought.